I was at the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked in the clinic, they were playing Madea Goes to Jail on the TV in the lobby.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting over there waiting, and Kiki and Lolo are over in the corner saying, that girl look like that girl over there. And then Shay Shay said, well, she wouldn't be in the clinic. And then they were going on, and I said, excuse me, I hear y'all. She said, baby, I'm sorry, because that ain't you. I said, it is. And oh my God, when I say the clinic lobby lit up, they was going around. They said, oh, let me get a selfie with you, girl. What you? And then they said, well, let's ask the receptionist. And she asked the receptionist. She said, yeah. And then it just went to another level.
Wow.
And they was taking pictures and selfie. And then the lady sitting next to me, she said, what are you doing here?
Mm.
And I said, life. I said, we filmed Madea Goes to Jail over, 8 years or so and I'm sitting in the clinic. And then she said, well, why don't you just call Tyler? His number has changed.
Yeah.
And I think that was one. The other one was in a big room with close to 60 people, and trying to get help with my light bill. And I was sitting next to Shay Shay grandma. We were just having a good conversation. And out of nowhere, it happened again. That looked like that girl from Tyler Perry. That girl ain't from no Tyler Perry in the clinic trying to get somebody to pay her light bill. What the hell? And it blew up again. Yet I was happy, but it was a piece of me that was, I can't say embarrassed.
Yeah.
I wasn't embarrassed because I'm always grateful. I guess I just felt as though I also should have been somewhere. My life has never gone the way I planned.
Yeah.
But yet, I am so grateful.
Yeah.
Because nobody's had a life like I've had.
No, they haven't.
No. I think it's the in-between. Damn, that's like the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were precious moments.
Yeah.
In the clinic and going to get help with my light bill. Why? Because it's real. And even I've also had moments when I went to go get food stamps. And at least I'm smart enough to know that when I wasn't able to, that I still was able to get government assistance, and I wasn't shamed with getting it. As what Edith Bunker said, those were the days. People need to understand that being an actor is not like being a doctor, not like being a nurse, or being a CEO of a company. This is, it's a possibility, but it's not guaranteed. Mm. It's like, let me give you a perfect example. I'm going to ask you a question. Like, I went on 100 auditions, approximately 100 auditions last year. How many you think I booked?
10.
1.
Wow.
1. And that was just a day player. Mm-hmm. So let's say a day player makes maybe around 1,000, and then if you get residuals and it runs, you will get maybe $23 or $43 in the residual. Who can survive on that? That's reality. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand why my mother, when I went to college, she said, okay, Chantel, what you gonna major in? I said, I'm gonna be an actor. Majoring in theater, Mother. I have the gift. I must go forth. And my mama looked at me, took a sheet of paper, and wrote PhD in acting a fool. She said, "You not going to college to major in theater." And I was like, "Ma, you trying to hold me back from my dreams? You know I'm good." Mama said, "You good, but that don't pay the bills. You need a foundation, something where you can get an income
Yeah.
And I never forget when I went to school and I majored in English, since she wouldn't let me major in theater, but I minored in theater. And I never forget, after I got out, I'm like, "Okay, Ma, I'm ready. I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to Los Angeles." My mama said, "Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wait, whoa, baby. No. She said, "You need to save up 6 months of living expenses. And then you can pursue it."
Yeah.
And I was like, she said, "And you really only have 3 months because you're going to have to get another 3 months to make up for you to be secure, for you to understand what the hustle is." Now, of course, I always thought my mama was a hater. I'm sorry, Alex.
That's funny. But I can understand that.
It's a hateration. But I wouldn't give nothing
Yeah.
for that structure.
Yeah.
God, it's a structure that saved my life.
Yeah.
Because how many starving artists, actors you know? Because Alice, I do realize I've been places most people haven't. I do not take lightly
Yeah.
watching Tyler Perry develop to where he is today, because I saw it first. No, I experienced it
You were there.
firsthand. And God, I so thank you so much for that opportunity. Also, that's where I met Cicely Tyson.
I didn't know that.
We were filming at the Beacon Theater in New York City, and our hotels were close enough so we could just walk to the theater and go back to our hotels. And I forgot something. I don't know what it was, because Tyler would usually tell us, or we would hear from people who's in the audience. Nobody said anything about Cicely Tyson. So when I walked back into the theater to go get something out my dressing room, there she was. I said, "It's you." She said, "Hey, baby, how you doing?"
Wow.
And I think she said, "Miss Ann, it's nice to meet you," because we were doing Medea Goes class reunion.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" And we had a moment in time.
Yeah.
I so cherish it now. Just the conversation. And I asked if I could take a picture, and she said, no. She said, "I just had some cataract," or she just had something with
okay.
her eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
And she asked, I would be really appreciative if we didn't. I said, "No problem." But I said, "But may I hold your hand?"
Yeah.
I'm a holding a hands person because that tells everything.
Oh, yeah?
And we hugged, and I said, "Do you need anything, or you wait?" She said, "I'm waiting for somebody to come get me." I said, "Okay." So, damn,
Yeah.
that's where I met Oprah.
Wow.
And I never forget, that was the first time Tyler had got to know. Oprah had came to the show, and Tyler was so nervous.
Uh-huh.
He was like, we were backstage. He said, "I think I'm gonna let y'all meet her." "No, I ain't gonna let y'all meet her." And then he just kept going. He said, "Just go to your dressing rooms." And we were just like, okay. In my dressing room, Judy Peason was we were sharing a suite together. And we sat there, we said, I said, whatever gonna be, whatever gonna be.
Yeah.
I said, we just gonna meet some Oprah. I believe in Jesus. So I said a prayer after he sent us back to our dressing rooms. And when I walked out of the door, guess who was there? Oprah. And she said, "Vanessa," because we were doing Medea Go to Jail. And I said, "Oprah." And we hugged, and Gail was with her. God. And that's me and my roommate. I think Judy had left.
Yeah.
And we sat there and I just said, God, I thank you for that.
Mm.
It couldn't have happened no other way. And again, didn't take any pictures. Because I don't know. It wasn't as fancy like today we carry a camera and
Yeah,
selfie.
yeah.
I mean, but those moments, Prince. Prince was in the audience in L.A.
Yeah.
And that's when he did Purple Rain, that thing, but he got permission, I think, first.
Oh, that time?
I think so. And it was he started, then he said, I ain't doing it right. Let me see if there's anybody in the audience who could do it. And they passed the mic to Prince. Oh, my God. I wasn't on stage. That show came out.
Wow.
Oh, gosh, those moments were just priceless. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going on. I had a God moment.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they were building the Kodak Theater. And I don't know if people know that when Tyler wanted to get the Kodak Theater, because they would usually take us to the Wilshire, I think it was the Wilshire in Los Angeles. And when he had called, to book it. And they said, well, no, we don't do those type of plays here. You might want to just go ahead to the Wilshire. He said, I want a Kodak. So the man said, well, we'll give you, I think, 3 days during the week, not even a weekend.
Wow.
And those tickets went on sale and sold out in hours. He said, Mr. Perry, would you like the rest of the weekend?
Yeah.
Would you want? Money talks with everything.
Yeah.
And I remember every day when they were building that theater, I was in Los Angeles. I had just kind of heard something, no Chitlin Circuit
Yeah.
plays would be at the Kodak.
Yeah.
So I used to go out on the stage before we got to do the performance, and I would just pray, and I said, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for opening doors where they said we couldn't come. It ain't like back in segregation days, but it was the same concept. Like, we have the Oscars here. We're not going to have the so-called Chitlin Circuit here. And I was praying on stage, and I said, God, it just don't get no better than this. And God whispered in my ear, I'm bigger than Tyler. I said, I said, Jehovah Jireh, did you just... I said, but sir, we're at the Kodak Theater. It don't get no better than this.
Yeah.
Ain't no Chitlin Circuit, so-called, at the Kodak. And God said, don't ever forget, I'm bigger than that. And that's the thing that always keeps me right here. God is still bigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I had some good days. Yeah, creme brulee. That was my thing on the road. Everybody knew if we had creme brulee, you can hang it up. Because I'll wait for one time for y'all to go through the damn line, and you better not come back again. I'll just take the whole plate. I didn't care. Well, Wolfgang Puck, that's who it was catered in.
Oh, wow. So
yes.
good.
You don't even, what?
Yeah.
He didn't look small, cute creme brulee. I didn't care. Took it all. What?
Wow.
I don't care. What? I took all of it.
That's some good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, those were the days. I even never forget one time I was talking and to a therapist. I'm going to be real. I got a therapist. And she said, when was your happiest time? It was when I was on the road. I said, that's been a long... She said, well, what? I said, because we were a family. We were a family. We were a family. And the finances, Tyler, amen. He pays good. Takes per diem was even doing good. Everything was in my life was...
Just handled. It was just handled.
And then I got bonuses. So, I remember, what was it? I I know, is it Behind Closed Doors? It's the play that Tyler Perry and Bishop T.D. Jakes collaborated on. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
Y'all don't understand. That was that Behind Closed Doors. Okay, I wasn't originally in the cast, which has happened several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler and Bishop Jakes, they had based it on the biblical story of Sarah and Abraham.
Okay.
But they put it into context of the day's time, and for me personally, that was the best one.
Really?
Next
See,
to
I never heard of that one.
Next to I Know I've Been Changing. Those are the two that are not on video.
Oh.
That if Tyler Perry or somebody who know, but make sure I still keep my role. I would appreciate it. I'm just gonna say it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that played I'll put it to you like this: two spiritual giants, Bishop T.D. Jakes and Tyler Perry. It is something that cannot be explained. Look, I can't. I can't explain it, but it's Sandarabakoso. Ishinde. I can't explain it, but matter of fact, with that play, I was called in. Tyler called me. He said, this young lady I'm not sure how it's working out. He said, I don't have a role for you, but I would like for you to be an understudy and then do backup singing. And I simply said, well, let me back up a little bit. I was at New Birth, and Bishop Long, he said, when is the last time you tried Jesus? I said, what? He said, you sit around here and you ask warning stuff. When the last time you even presented something to God? So me and my, my girlfriend who was working in the ministry, we was walking to our car. I said, okay, Bridget, let's put that thing to action. He said, we ain't never tried Jesus. Let's try. Put your stuff out there and I'm going to put mine. I said, matter of fact, we ain't going to tell each other what it is. All right? But my thing to God was to be on the road with the stage play and to make a certain amount of money.
Wow.
3 days later, Tyler Perry called me.
3 days?
Shonda. 3 days later, he called me. He said, I'm working with Bishop T.D. Jakes with this play, and I want you to be an understudy for this particular part. Look, I can't even sit right.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and I asked him, I said, okay, cool. I said, well, how much does the job pay? And he said one price. As an understudy, and I said, I looked at God, I said, that ain't what it is. And next thing he said, but once you get cast in the role permanently, it'll be this. And that was the amount.
Wow. That's amazing. That's cool.
That's God.
That's God. Yeah, that's God.
That's God. People need to understand my prayer to God is to be this star, this mega star. Cicely Tyson.
Yeah.
To be a, what's her name? Oh God, it'll come back to me. And I feel as though that right now, I'm not holding up that standard. And I go to God myself and say, okay, God, this was my desire and this was my dream. And now I'm sitting here in the welfare office and I'm sitting here at the clinic. I'm sitting here and it's not a Cicely Tyson or it's not a Meryl Streep moment. It's not that. And so I don't even understand how to even explain that to somebody, that that's my desire. Is I want, you may see me up here,
Yeah.
but I see myself right here in the middle,
Yeah.
almost to the point of I'm not good enough. One of the hardest things is when you go on an audition. It's like I've done auditions and then it comes out and they end up picking somebody like Jack A,
Yeah.
or a name per
Yes.
se, the way they say, a name per se. And I'm at a point, I can't fault you for that,
Yeah.
because it's all about the money.
Yes.
And somebody doesn't know me to a point that you may know of me, but I'm not, Shonda, I'm not top billing.
Yeah.
I am not top billing, and that's reality. Top billing says what number you are on the scale, because
Yes.
usually productions, you're 1 through 55, 60, or whatever. And that's why I was impressed. I was number 10 on Crazy Sexy Cool.
Nice.
Did not, oh my God. I was like, OMG.
Yeah.
I was looking at the thing. I said 10. I said, am I 10? She said, you're 10. I said, I'll be knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Oh, that was exciting to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is it wrong for me to say, God, you've been good, but right now I'm here. I haven't been able to maintain that level.
Yeah. And
And my bank account don't say that either.
yeah.
But I think you had also asked, how do I survive in the midst of, I don't play with my money. I don't
Yeah.
play with foolishness. I have 6 months of living expenses in a bank account. It's there.
So you kept that.
Oh, I don't play. I do, because that thing is real. Look, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Who has 6 months of living expenses in an account for just in case? I'm even working on getting 3 more months in there so that I can have some buffer.
Yeah.
But it's been some, I'm grateful
Yeah.
for where I've been, but right now I really would like to be somewhere else versus being a day player
Yeah.
or an extra. But that's a way of acting. That's why when people come to me, I said, look, if you coming to me to be famous, I can't do nothing with you. Can't do nothing for that. I said, but if you coming to me for foundation, then I'm your girl.
Yes.
I will help lead and guide you the right way, which way to go. However, that in the middle
Yeah.
is, I mean, I even hate to say it right now, Alex. I have no idea my future. I did an audition the other day, and I sat there and I was like, oh, okay. I do them. I don't have that.
The spark.
I don't have that back in the day at what was it, Henderson Davis Theater, where I went to college, South Carolina State, and Dr. Mundy, we could challenge role. I was Miss Challenge.
Okay.
That means after the auditions had happened, you could go back and say, I would like to challenge. I would like to challenge this role, and he would set up a time for the two of you together and do it. Oh, I always won.
Wow.
And my senior year, I think Blondell, one of the girls, she said, just give it to her. Just give it to her, because she ain't going to stop. Because I'd be like, can I get a rematch? And it was because my passion was, I'm going to get this.
Yes.
That thing was funny. She said, just give it to her. I said, thank you. Okay, you can take the other part. You can take the other part. But my passion, I'm at a point now, Alex, I hate to say, I don't have it. But also another thing that I sacrificed, being married.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Why did you sacrifice? What made you think that you had to sacrifice to pursue this?
Okay, there was a guy I was dating, and oh my God, we were just, yes.
Yes.
And then, but I was on the road, and he said, I can't deal with that. I want you home every night. You feel that?
I feel it. That hit me in the gut. Go ahead.
Ooh, but it's like, okay, babe, you see my check?
Can you do that?
If in the house now, because then I asked him, I said, what are some things that you need besides me physically there? And I said, I could make sure you got meals, home cooked meals. I could even make sure you get some pop up meals.
Yeah.
Get my girl Kenya or Lisa, can y'all drop off a pot pie or something?
Yeah.
You know, drop it off and then leave. You are not to come in my house while I'm not there.
Yeah.
But this is what you do. And I said, I got some other little tricks I could show you. It can be just like I was at home. He was like, no. And my family had an Anytime Fitness, had a gym.
Okay.
So he said, well, why don't you just open up another gym here in Atlanta and then you could run that. And then I said, that ain't me, babe.
No.
I said, I'm an actor, so sometimes I'll go away and come back, but I'm smart with my money. I know how to put my money in places to grow, put my money to the side, and it's my Lord have mercy. I've given up on having kids. And now I'm at this point, and I'm going like, okay, so no kids, no husband, and I did it for my career. I can't say, was it worth it? I can't even ask that question.
Yeah.
Because in God's order, if it was the right man, then they would have understood. Okay, I have a confession. Which is really bad.
Yeah.
I would not want to date. If I saw me on paper and how I go through stuff, I don't think I would want to date me. So I think that's where my challenge comes in dating people, because I'll never forget, this is the best way my professor said in college. She came to me one day, she said, Chantel, please don't date another actor. And I said, what? She said, listen, can you tell me the newest and the most innovative building on campus? I said, Belcher. She said, what is my last name? Belcher. So you get somebody who can take care of, so you're free to do your art. I said, this was the bad. She said, I knew very clearly that I was an artist. I became a teacher, and so I knew dating another thespian was going to be a struggle. So I met a man who appreciated me and loved me for who I am and what my desire was. And I haven't been that lucky. That brings up another thing. When I was out in L.A., when it was hard for me to survive. When I started getting half partial nudity or nudity, and those were the only jobs that were being presented to me. And we all know partial nudity or all nudity, that's big money. They will pay you, but you're going to reveal. And matter of fact, that's when I made the decision to move back from L.A. back to Atlanta, because that's all I was being offered.
Through your agent? Or just going out on your own? Through,
when you always got different people.
Networking.
Trying to find jobs. Craigslist, the wrong place to find an acting job. Most acting jobs.
Yeah.
Because I used to post on Craigslist, so I won't say all.
I posted a couple of jobs, so I won't say all either.
No, won't say all, but
But I do give a little sideways look.
I know.
I do want
That
to see. I
is
do want to see your
true.
resume. I know I posted on Craigslist. I know I did that first.
Yeah.
But I still want to see your resume because I know how other Craigslisters can be.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
but you know that brings up when I used to be Lisa Ray's personal assistant, and well, no, I was her nanny first.
See, I didn't know that.
You did?
I didn't know that. I knew you had a connection with her. I just didn't know what the connection was.
No, I was her nanny
Okay.
for Kai NJ Merengue Pace. Then when I call her that whole name, she knows something's going on. But I was her nanny, and the point is, gonna follow the dream. I'm going to go to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Hollywood. I told my mom in her Mother's Day card, I said, P.S. I'm moving to Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. And a card?
In a card, Mother's
Oh,
Day
wow.
card. My mom was like, Chazelle. I said, Mom, look, I want to be a superstar. I want to be a movie star. I got to go out there. I got to at least try. And I went. And guess what happened?
What happened?
9/11.
Oh, no.
I had just got my keys to my apartment.
What?
9/11. Can you imagine?
No.
Yep. I mean, who moves across the country?
Yeah.
And I never forget that. 9/11 happened, and they weren't just like with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I keep feeling this because in my life, the first time I moved from college, I went to New York City because I wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah.
Oh, my mama wasn't having that. The Gulf War
Yeah.
broke out.
Wow.
Couldn't find a job. So every time I make these big transitions,
Boom.
yeah. So now I consider the pandemic. Boom.
Boom.
This is the third. I hope this is the last one, Lord. Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay. So I could not find a job, and the family that I was with or that was kind of helping me through, she said, "Become a nanny." I said, "No, don't nobody become no damn nanny. What the hell?"
Yeah.
And then she said, "Think about it. You get your own quarters. You used to get an expense account, and you don't have to worry about housing, and you also get access to their cars." And I went, "Wait a minute."
Interesting. Yeah.
And she said, "These are Hollywood bougie people. You may even get an actor or something." And I remember when I interviewed, because I didn't know Lisa Ray,
Yeah.
because we didn't watch Players Clubs. We thought that was a nasty movie.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Well,
in your defense,
okay.
it was based on a strip club.
It was based on
Okay,
Strip
okay.
Club, but I had never seen it.
Yeah.
So the agency had told me that it was Lisa Ray,
Mm-hmm.
and I never forget when she walked in. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous, and we sat down and she talked, and she asked me about I said, well, I was over youth ministry just like this, and one time I took care of some kids whose parents were in jail, and matter of fact, the parents had ran one of the largest prostitution rings. I did not know this.
What?
I did not know this. When I came in to take care of the kids, because one of the grandparents had cancer and had to go back to Connecticut
Yeah.
and needed somebody to watch the kids. And their father called me and said, "Do you know why they mama in jail?" And I said, "No, no, I don't." He said, "You telling me you taking on my kids, you taking care of my kids and don't know what their mother did?" I said, "It's not about what their mother did. It's about the kids."
Well, yeah.
And he said, "We're getting near the facts.
Wow.
I'm going to send you a fax." I was done.
Wow.
And so I told her that story, and she just, the agency called me back and said they want to hire you. So it was one of the things. Lisa Ray was, I never forget when she auditioned for the show All of Us.
Yes.
Yeah, for All of Us. that was an experience in itself. Being able to be a nanny for a movie star.
Yeah.
And my baby, Kai. Kai became my baby. I never forget one time we were in the mall and Kai was hanging all on me. And this lady said, "Oh, wow, mother and daughter." I said, "No, I'm the nanny. Can you tell her to get off of me? She must think I like her. I don't. Go on, just get off." But it gave me the experience to meet oh my God, so many people, hanging out with Will and Jada, hanging out with Monique, Jamie Foxx. And one day I never forget, because I couldn't see, had my glasses on. The garage door came up, so I know it was Lisa Ray was home, but I thought she was by herself. Half of the Clippers sitting down in the room, and I got my night clothes on. And I said, "Oops, excuse me. Hi. I didn't know y'all was here." They said, "Come on down here." "No, sir.
No, thank you.
I'm going on back upstairs." I never forget one time, I think I went in the study and Tank was there. I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
He said, "I'm good. Would you have any water?" I said, "I get you some water." The experience with Lisa Ray was
I didn't know any of that.
You didn't?
I didn't know you were a nanny.
Yeah, I was a nanny. And then when she called on one day, she needed a flight somewhere or something.
Yeah.
And I did better than the travel agency. She was like, "Well, how'd you do that?" I said, "Oh, Lord." And I let that woman know I can read and write. You got problems. Damn. So I just started to do little small things.
Yeah.
Which added, it was... Yeah, it was an experience. I think even one time I asked God, I said, "I came out here to be a star, not to be a nanny."
Interesting. Yeah.
I didn't. But then I called my sister one day. "I ain't come out here to be no nanny, and I'm going to be doing stuff." So she said, "Well, Chantel, tell me about your day." I said, "Well, I got to get the baby ready, cook dinner, do all that stuff. And then something happened in the house. I had to go into the, what was that? The extra money in the house. The extra money in the house and go get this and that." She said, "Well, what you driving?" I said, "Well, today I drove the Mercedes, but I picked it up in the Range Rover." And then she said, "Well, what about dinner?" "Well, we supposed to be going over Jamie Foxx's house a little later. I got to go horseback riding and do some stuff." She said, "Well, okay, so what you going to do this weekend?" "Well, there's a fight in L.A., not L.A., in Los Angeles, and we going to the fight. I think it's one of the basketball players stuff. One of the Pistons stuff. I don't know. That's where we going." And she said, "Wait a minute." And she said, "Well, where you staying?" I said, "I got my own quarters and stuff. I got my own little side. But I couldn't be no nanny." My sister said, 9/11 just happened. The world is turned upside down. Seemed like God got you set up pretty good. One thing I kind of challenged you on was the fact, I guess since I'm the one who's doing the sacrifice, I don't think about somebody on somewhere else wanting to hear and understand the sacrifice, which brings me to Crazy Sexy Cool. When my agent called me and she said, "You have an audition for TLC." And I said, "I got class this weekend. Okay, I'll do it." So I went ahead and did it. I said, "But I got to be gone by a certain time." And she was like, I love my agent. She cussed me out sometimes. That's the only, because one time I went to an audition, I said, "Damn, where the hell all y'all come from? Am I the senior citizen of AMT? What the hell?" But so I went on the audition, and then she called me back. She said, "You got a call back Saturday." I do my acting classes on Saturday. I did like suck my teeth. I got something to do. She said, "Chantel, go." I said, "Oh, I'm so sick of these auditions. They just getting on my nerves." So I go in and I do the audition. And the director, Chris, he says, "Can you sing?" And I said, "Yeah, I can sing." So I think I sung "Soon I Will Be Done with the Troubles of This World." And it's a song that is moving. It's going to make everybody shake. You're going to hear me in the back. and T-Boz walked in the door. I said, this the TLC you talking about?
He thought it was a learning channel?
Oh my God. Oh, Alex, you do not know. I sat there and was like, what the hell? And oh, my agent said, Chantel, you did. I said, what's the difference? It's TL, the learning channel. That's all it was. I did not know this was a biopic. I don't know what the hell a biopic is. What the hell? And when they came in, oh Jesus. Oh God. And when I left, I sat in my car, Alex. Wow. And I was just like, this is damn TLC. As an actor, when you go into auditions, there's selected people, they send the same people. And I was sitting in the lobby, and I seen Bo Billy Bob, Jessie Mae, and all of them. Mm-hmm. And I already know she probably already got it. I'm gonna do what I got to do. But I never forget the director coming to me and saying, it was just something about you. I was working with some kids, and I said that. I said, she said, Ms. Chantel, why you don't have kids? I said, I guess it wasn't in God's plan. And then one of the kids raised their hand and said, Ms. Chantel, don't be mad, but I want to share. I said, what? She said, if you had kids, then maybe you wouldn't be able to help us. And I said, ouch. I said, it may be. And one thing that I've always known, somebody said to me, you've never met a child you didn't love. And that's true. I don't know what nobody knows God's lot in your life. But I am so thankful I have worked with over 5,000 kids. And I have never found a child I didn't love. So if this is what God is giving for me, if this is what he wants, so be it. I'm just going to serve till I can't serve anymore. I've thought about becoming a foster parent, but see, I'm gangster. Mm-hmm. They come to me, come pick up the child. I got some buddy passes. We be gone.
Yeah.
We watching the news. Chantel D. Christopher has taken a child, and this is the picture she left for us on the door.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time to play with y'all, and it's just that. I am honored beyond measure that I was raised by two great parents. I missed out on nothing. And the love, even the love my mom, because my mom, every Christmas, I'd be like, Mama, can we have a Christmas without having extra people? You just been picked up off the street or you heard about, didn't have a place to, they coming in the house. And then my mother always wants to get them a gift. So she either takes our gift or she's, and she'll be like, Shante, I'll get you something late. Are you serious? Okay, Ma. But that's the dedication and the love. That's just something I have. And even working with the kids, I love it because it's to the point I will cuss.
Yeah.
But you know exactly what the hell I'm saying. Get it together, get it right, or leave. What was the one thing the kids, they had an issue with projecting? Because I didn't want to pay for mics.
Okay, so kids, when you talk about kids, you're talking about kids you're teaching, right?
Kids, what you...
Well, yeah, because, you mentioned kids. I want to make sure that the people listening understand that, is it school system kids? Is it daycare? Is it your own acting classes? Like, what kids are you referring to?
Okay, the kids at church, the kids at the daycare, kids at after school all kids. How about that?
Got it.
That covers it because, yeah,
Okay.
it's a crazy love. Oh, Shonda.
Yeah.
Because I will break you down like a fraction.
Yeah.
Yes, and ask you to add, subtract, and divide and get it all together.
Okay.
But you know what it is? It's love.
Yeah.
It conquers all. Honestly, if the right man came along, then it would work. And so the right man hasn't come along in order for me to get married, because I don't get married just to get married. I have a monologue. Why did I get married or what? I got something. And I honestly cannot. The word of God said, be evenly yoked. You got to come with some real good yokes with me. I need, you know what I mean? And I could tell. And I'm not going to waste my time with a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm ready to tear down some stuff.
Yeah.
If you can't be my head, and it takes a lot to be a head over me, because I'm headstrong.
Yeah.
And I'm independent, and I take care of business.
Yeah.
And I personally, I have a personal regret of not getting married and having kids. However, the appropriate person
Yeah.
has not come forth, because I understand when you evenly yoked. I'm usually here,
Yeah.
and that when I'm here,
Yeah.
men get intimidated.
Yeah, they do.
And look, I ain't got time for that.
You don't.
I really don't. I am
Yeah.
who I am. Next question.
Do you feel like men are intimidated by your success?
I think they don't know how to deal with it.
How so?
Example, I was out to dinner with a friend, and someone recognized me from the plays. And she said, I think that's you. I said, you think what? I think it's you. I said, I know who I am. You know who you are? And she said, are you from Medea Goes to Jail? I said, yes. My name is Chantel. It's a pleasure to meet you. And then the guy I was sitting with said, oh, she gets that all the time. And I said, did you?
Yeah.
I said, babe, it's okay if this is the way you work when someone comes up and approaches me. Understand, God has given me a gift.
Yeah.
God has honored me. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. What
And
was that?
I can't, I did not appreciate the way you handled that situation.
Yeah.
Is it something we could talk about so we can make sure we're on one accord?
Yeah.
You ain't got to praise me,
Yeah.
okay? Like God said, I can call out the rocks. Shut up. Did he preach?
Yeah.
He said, I can get the rocks to call out to me, to praise me. So I can get some rocks to praise me better than you trying to downplay me.
Yeah.
No, sir. Next question. I can't play with you.
So have you had that happen more than once?
Yeah. One time I was dating this guy, and I didn't tell him. Go to somebody and say, hi, I'm Chantel. You don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I never told him. So he called me Thanksgiving. He said, are you in Medea Goes to Jail?
Yeah.
And I said, why? He said, because I'm sitting here with my cousins watching the movie, and I'm saying, this looks like the girl I'm dating. And they said, boy, you ain't dating her.
Yeah.
So they went to the end. He said, let's find out what her name in the end. And he said, that is her. They said, call her. So he called me, and I never heard from him again.
Really?
I did.
What do you think happened?
Either his boys or his cousins was like, how the hell you get somebody like this?
Yeah.
You such and such and such and such and such. It's, went through
Yeah.
that whole thing, and it might have been to the point, okay, or they just passed. It's past when people fail to real. Medea Goes to Jail was in 2008. It's round in that part,
Yeah.
but we're in 2020.
Yeah. Ouch.
Okay?
I don't want to think about that.
Okay.
but it's the truth.
And there's nothing I can do with that, because if you don't understand or want to tap into my greatness and we become greater together, boo-bye.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. I'm tired.
Talk on that. Talk about being tired.
My agent hit me this week and asked me was I going to submit for an audition. And I'm tired.
Yeah.
I mean, as we know, it takes a lot. I've got to set up the room, make sure my
Yes.
room is set up, make sure my lights are right.
Yeah. Talk on that, because I don't think people understand what goes into a self-tape. So talk about what a self-tape is and all the stuff you got to do and know just to be able to submit it.
Okay, so we'll start off with your agent sending you an audition, and it's self-tape. And you've got to set up your lights. If you want a professional look, you set up the lights in the house, got to set up the background, got to make sure it's right, and the color. Color, it assists with you. If an agent is looking at it and you come in with this green, they'll be like, do you remember a girl with that green on? Because they don't necessarily know your name, but they will know your clothes. Then now we're in the pandemic, you've got to get somebody to read with you. So it's over the phone or you do Skype. But you got to make sure the volume is a certain level, because a reader is quiet, just giving you the beats before, after, or in between.
Yeah.
Once you get the script, then the other thing is, Alex, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't read all the description.
Yeah.
In reference to who's producing it, the cast and director. I don't read all that information. Why? Because it messes me up.
Yeah.
When you read it's Harpo or it's Oprah, you was like,
yeah.
what the hell?
You kind of shake yourself.
Damn, usually I don't read it. I read the description and what they want. And then I get a reader, and you don't always get the best readers.
No.
Oh my God.
Especially on Skype and the
What
phone,
the-
the speakerphone,
I-
in a pandemic.
You know what, Mama? I love you. You know, I must have been in some dire straits for I called my mama and said, Mama, can you read for me? I love it. She'd be like, well, Chantel, you go to the don't say my name. What part are you doing? Ma, I highlighted what you're reading. Mama said, okay, give me a second. Then her phone rings, baby. This Jessie. Hold on. And I'm going like,
You can't even get in the right frame of mind for the character.
you can't.
You can't. It's hard.
Readers are important.
Yes.
Because they give you the motive and can get something to come out of you. So when you do that, you find the person, then you do it. Now, this has happened to me. I've had a wonderful audition, and I go back. You know, you go back and you hit the button and say, okay, I know this is in here somewhere. I said, had to call her back. I did. I had to call. No, Mama has. I call Angel. That's one of my students.
Yeah.
She has a rhythm and she has it.
Yeah.
And I love. And she also reads. She takes the audition like it's hers,
Yeah.
which is important.
Yeah.
Because there are moments when Angel is reading, and I say your beat is off. Either you're going to be off in a corner or you're going to stick with it, or what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So and then she'll go into it. Yeah. So have to stop and start all over, send it again. You got to make sure you send all this information. And like I had shared with you earlier,
Yeah.
I had 100 auditions. How many did you think I booked? You said 10. I booked one.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So you have called your mama, got your lights set up. You know, your mama's reading as best as she can, cooking food and do whatever she's doing. You're having to break character to try to give her instructions about how to read.
Yeah.
If you can get someone to read that's professional, then that's helpful.
It is.
But it's not something you can do all the time.
No.
Most people don't realize that you have to pay if you go to a studio to get it done.
Speak.
Yeah.
Would you speak truth?
Exactly.
You got to pay.
$30, $35. I've seen anywhere for $45 per audition. You get 5 auditions, you think that's a good thing, but no, you just pay $200.
$200 and you ain't made none.
You ain't made nothing. You're just the first round. All right. So speak on that. So basically, you're done. You have the camera. You got the file in your camera. Now what do you have to do?
I've got to edit it.
Got to edit it.
You got to edit because you don't want the beginning because you're coming in. So you go in and you have to edit. And
Yeah.
it's, and sometimes for some strange reason,
Yeah.
you become out of focus.
Yeah.
Don't understand how you came out of focus when you got the camera. You've been doing it forever.
Yep.
But it's out of focus and it's due in 5 minutes.
5
10
minutes.
10 minutes. Just, it's too much. Now, they used to charge to be able to send videos, but I don't know if my agency paid for it or what, but you start adding up these prices and I said,
yeah.
it don't balance out with life.
Yeah.
So I had to start learning how to do my own.
Yeah.
I did, and that's what I did. I got lights. I got a student to help me, and success. It's so weird. Like I was telling you earlier, I don't look at all the stuff. I look at the character, what they're looking for, and that's it. And that's why when I booked Stranger Things, I ain't know nothing about no Stranger Things. I called Angel. I said, Angel,
Nice.
I booked this thing called Stranger Things. What? Oh my God! Miss Chantel, what? I said, what's this about? Can you take it down a level?
Yeah.
She said, you don't know about Stranger Things? No, I don't. I don't do scary stuff because I
Yeah.
start speaking in tongue and praying for people. That's too much for me.
Yeah.
It's too much. So and then my agent, the way he called, he said, oh my God, they looking for you for Stranger Things. Okay, well, just as an actor, you can't get happy about a possibility.
Yeah.
The question is, did I book?
Yeah. Speak on that a little bit. How many times you've been excited about the possibility only to have?
I've learned.
Yeah.
First right refusal needs to be paid. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, explain what that is, because
First right refusal is when a company will put you on first right refusal, meaning that if I did get another job, in the meantime, while they're making the decision, they get the right to make a decision whether they want me or not before I can commit to this one. That's too much.
Yeah.
SAG, we need to change something
Yeah.
because that gets you at the point, oh my God. And that's what I was on first right refusal. And I don't get happy about it no more.
No.
I said, call me when I get it. Peace.
Yeah. No, I do not. First couple times I got it, it typically meant that I was going to get the gig. But then maybe the last 5 years I hear that and I'm like, you cussing at me. Don't say them words to me, because it almost never pans out.
No.
And they're all excited. I'm like, please stop this. Like, this is the worst.
It is.
I'd rather just, it's weird because as actors, we audition all the time. We don't never get no feedback. We don't never hear nothing back.
You see, and people don't even, don't forget, Alex,
Yeah.
we don't know when our episode is coming on.
No.
They don't come to you and say, hi, Chantel, just want to let you know that this, that, and other. But you know what? I had my first company call and tell me when I did the 911.
Interesting.
I got scared.
Yeah.
I said, are you calling me and telling me that when the episode is coming on?
Yeah, that never happens.
Never.
We never hear anything.
We wait for Shanae and KK to call.
Well, yeah, exactly. and then on top of that, it's like, all right, who got a TiVo? Who got a computer they hooked up to their TV so you can at least get the clip?
What?
Because no one's giving you the clip to put in your reel.
No.
And everyone wants to see that clip in your reel, but no one's going to give it to you. So now you got to figure out your computer tech cousin or friend or whoever. Hey, steal this off the internet from me. Take this off of Hulu. And I'm saying this. I won't. You ain't got to say it. I'll say it.
Okay.
But I'm good with computers, so I can find out how to get that.
You can.
But the fact is, if we don't find some mechanism to rip this thing off of protected intellectual property,
Okay.
it don't get in our demo reel because they don't send us nothing.
Can I? And let me tell you the bootleg way.
Yeah.
You play it on your TV and you take your phone and videotape it. If you get a chance to see my clip for Stranger Things, that's what you got.
That is hilarious.
It is.
You need to holler at me. You need a nice version.
Okay,
You need a good bootleg version.
But I will. What was it? I was a flight attendant, and a flight attendant came to me and said, "You on TV?" And I said, "Okay, for what? What did you see?
Yeah.
What did you see?" She said, "Love, Simon." And I said, "Wait. You telling me I'm in the trailer for Love, Simon?" I was like, and then I saw it. I was like, OMG.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to be in the trailer.
Yeah. It's huge.
And I'm number. We had talked about
the numbers.
numbers, and I think I was 94. I'm going like, well, how did Knick Knack Paddywhack I make the trailer? Yeah, that was funny. And the other thing about Love, Simon, I love the directors just let me don't tell me. All right, do Chantel. I said, okay, boo, you got enough film in that camera?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, and it was it was epic. And the point that when a director comes to you and say, all right, do you?
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you have set up your lights, called your mama, edited the footage on your computer,
Right.
and you send them a file or upload whatever you got to do.
Right.
Now what happens?
Well, I let it go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pray on it and say, Lord, let your will be done.
Yeah.
Send and done. I don't have the energy as a seasoned actor
Yeah.
to sit up and wait. Now, in the beginning, I used to be like, oh, my goodness, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Or, Alex, don't get this. When you go to people and then they ask you about it, they be like,
Yeah.
okay, so what happened? Okay, so when are you going to get the role? You hear anything? You hear nothing.
Nothing.
But that also happened in college. Dr. Mundy would never give me notes. And I'd be sitting there ready for a note. I think because so I was good. And the point is, one time I had a conversation. He said, I never want you to stop trying new stuff. Because if I came to you and said that, okay, Chantel, that was perfect, you would stop. But if I never said anything, you always look for more colors.
Yeah.
You look for more things. And that's just the beauty in it, seeing how you operate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you any feedback.
That's beautiful feedback.
It is. It's beautiful feedback, but it's also hard.
It's hard, and it's also rare.
It's what?
Rare.
Oh, you don't need, boy, bye.
It's,
I don't even know what I would do if somebody came to me with a comment.
Yeah.
A direction.
Yeah. And the problem is you don't know if you're good or bad. As a new person, you have no real frame of reference. As a seasoned person, you've worked enough to understand, okay, I probably didn't get this because I saw the production and they used this person. This is the direction they were trying to go.
I got you.
You can start justifying
Yes.
it because you're experienced and you know how things typically play
Yes,
out.
I do.
So you know it ain't personal. But at the beginning,
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not there no more. But I did it and learned
yes.
from it. And something happened to me that does not happen to most actors. I was an understudy, and I went on stage at the Alliance Theater. I had 10 minutes to get ready. Yes, the ties, was it the ties that bind? Lord Jesus, please, Amen Corner.
Okay.
Amen Corner. And it was funny. There's an internship at the Alliance Theater. I'm not sure if they still have it, but it was a 2-year program. And what we did is understudy the main stage.
Really?
Yeah, so we were their understudies. And so that means we had learned their lines and everything. And Amen Corner, I had 2, Sister Odessa and Sister Boxer, 2 of the main people.
Yeah.
And Liz Omanlami, her son got sick. But I have a tendency to say that black people going to always show up.
Yeah.
One leg, half leg, whatever,
Yeah,
we're going to show up. And I'm just sitting there just being like, oh, this is not
she'll be
gonna-
here.
She coming.
Yeah.
And then they said, we need to go to wardrobe. Wardrobe? Oh, whatever. Okay. And I put the little wardrobe on, put the shoes on. Now, the wardrobe person is just shaking. Because she's like, oh, my God, we got to get. I said, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then I sit there, and Kenny Leon came in and said, do the monologue from Act 2.
Ooh. What happened? How did you feel?
It's just,
Yeah.
so I said that I can get cocky sometimes because
Yeah.
I'd be like, boy, bye. I'm waiting for Liz to come through and just go because ain't nobody got time for that. And I did it. He said, okay, you're up in 10. I said, what the?
10 minutes.
I thank God for Monica Ellis. She was one of the interns, and she said, Chantel, you're going to be okay. I was like, why don't you do it then? What? Yeah. Don't forget, Alex,
Yeah.
the 100 Black Men Night. These are the people that are in the audience.
Oh, wow.
And don't forget, what was that? Martin Luther King's sister was
What?
there. You feeling me?
Oh, no. Oh,
So
wow.
I'm sitting there going like, well, can you not make the announcement that she not here? We have to make the announcement. I said, oh, God.
Wow.
So I'm nervous, and it was to a point that after the show, Martin Luther King's sister came up with her granddaughter. And she said, I was talking to my granddaughter, and then I said, well, if Liz is not going to be here, maybe we should go. And my granddaughter said, Grandma, let's give it a try. Let's just see, okay?
Yeah.
And she said, I was impressed. I enjoyed your
Wow.
performance. She said, even when you came out in Act 3, because what was his name? Kenny Leon asked me, do you know the whole play? No. Look, I'm thinking that's how we can cancel. I don't know Act 3. I got 1 and 2. And I'm saying, we're going to cancel it. Then he said, okay, you just go on with your script with Act 3. What the?
What? What?
What the? And I said, oh, okay. Mom! I said, Mom, you need to pray because this right here is, I'm going up and yeah. So it was a 2-year program. They didn't ask me back for the second one because I was kind of a rebel. But anyway, but nobody cannot say, the point was, even Yvonne Stickney was coming in for the Ties That Bind, and the casting director came to me and say, we can't consider her for the role if you can't confirm that you would take over for these 3 days. And I'm going like, did you say take over? I said, okay, I'll be ready. So that, and don't forget, Mr. Almighty Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Yes. He used to call me out to replace somebody. Dang, what was the play? Well, it was a play. One play that they were doing. I know I've been changed.
Okay.
And the actor, the lead actor, I don't know if she just wasn't talking to him or she wasn't making communication.
Yeah.
Tyler don't play. Call
Yeah.
me. Come on, Shanta, I need you to come on out here. And I did the script, I only had little part of the script. I had never seen the block. I'm just sitting up there going like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
And she showed up 10 minutes before showtime. And he told me, he said, I don't want to let her go up, but I'll let her go up because I have some other people coming. And I said, oh, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Oh.
He gave me some money, and I left and went shopping. It was a good day.
Yeah. That is.
Good day. Good
I'm
day.
laughing at you, Clever.
Because you don't understand what kind of stress that is.
That is stressful.
People do not understand. Oh, my God, you just don't. And you got to understand that this happened 3 times with Tyler.
Yeah.
He had called me out, like calling for, what was Little Red Riding Hood?
Yeah.
With a wolf call.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this. Well, I had got used to it. I said, okay, I'll call. All right, I'll fly out. Oh, she showed up. Good. But there was a time she didn't show up.
You bring up a really interesting point, right? So,
Yeah.
all of us want fame, right? We want the shot. We want a chance to prove ourselves.
Okay.
We want that opportunity to get on stage and shine. But when it comes we're almost always not ready, or it doesn't come in the way or the time we think it should come. So you work so hard to get this thing, and they say, here you go, it's yours. And you're like, I don't want it. Not yet. I need to do this first, and that first, and this first. But you don't really have a choice.
You know what, Alex? I really feel Tyler Perry probably needs to come up with a school and let me be over it. Because testing and working with him, what was it? My agent called me and said, you book House of Pain. How the heck I book House of Pain? Because I'm real nosy. I'm going to find out who the knick-knack padded whack. You cast.
Yeah.
And I said, the audition I did, they already cast and they already took it. Chanel, do you want this role? I said, look, you getting smart with me. I didn't say I didn't want it. I'm trying. So we talked, we fussed with my agency because I'm just me anyway.
Yeah.
And so I went, I got the script, and it was a different script.
Okay.
So I learned the lines and everything, and and my dress, I had to be sewn into my dress because of my bra. It had to fit a certain way, and the costumer was like, I'm going to sew you in. And I'm going, what the hell, sew me in? And don't forget this. I never forget, it's Levan, Cassie plays in the House of Pain, and she saw me, and I was like a little uneasy, and she said, Chantal, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm always second. The only reason why I'm here because somebody didn't show up, which is also a great place to be, that people know your skill set, that you can make it happen.
Yeah.
And then Cassie said something to me I never forget. She said Jesus was second. John the Baptist was first.
Yeah.
I was done. It ain't nothing else to be said when you sit. She said, so don't you look at that way.
Yeah.
Just remember, isn't it good to somebody say, if I need somebody, they could call you? Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
He just passed, and he said he wanted to serve. He wanted when it was his last, that he did everything possible, that whatever God wanted, that he did it and did it well.
Yeah, and he did.
He superseded expectations in reference to doing. Oh my God! And I guess I'm standing here going, okay, God, opportunities aren't coming my way. I feel, because I want to work every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to work every day. And it's almost to a point I just have to create my own.
Hence what you're doing right now.
That's it. I gave you a call like, Alex, because I saw somebody else on TV and somebody was doing something. And I called up and said, what are you doing? How you get to do that? Can you hook me up? I mean, because, but what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. That's a good question. And go ahead.
I'm lost. I am, like I said, I am tired. It's like I keep trying. I'm coming up the mountain, then I get knocked down. Coming up the mountain, then knocked down. However, most people cannot. You look at my resume. It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I never forget one time I was in class. I had a student was acting up. I said, "Oh, boo boo, pull out your resume and I'll pull out mine. Let's see who has the most training."
Yeah.
If you want to go, I can give you 3 people's names. You can go and check out. Oh, baby, here your money for the day. You ain't got to ever come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she looked at me. I said, no, boo-boo, I need you to be served. I need for you to get a place where you serve. If I'm not, then you move forward.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, you wasting time for me to teach other people.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
And that person came back and said, Ms. Chantel, I'm sorry. I said, say it again?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Check my resume.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's next.
Yeah.
And just like I said about that audition, agent hit me up. You gonna turn it? No.
So when you get these auditions, these random auditions, what's the first thing that crosses your mind when you get a new? What's the first thing that crosses your mind when you? No. What happens when you see that audition come through your inbox? What's the first thought?
I look at the script. And I take the script, I print the script out, I highlight it, I set my beats, and I get my intention. Choices. What would I like to portray? Because you can take 2 or 3 takes and add, and that's what I do. And I send it out. And like I told you earlier, I don't read who producing it, who's the casting director. That's the thing that happened with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah.
And look at God. I was supposed to be booked for 1 day and ended up with 3
Wow.
and got paid for 4.
Okay.
Don't understand it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the check cleared.
Cool.
So, and I think the other thing is that one thing, they had different directors. So I felt good with this, and then they said, we got another director.
Yeah.
And the last director, on my last shoot day, and then she said, Chantel? I said, yes. Do you?
That was on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's you.
Wow, that's a huge compliment.
What she said, do you? I said, you got enough film in the camera.
Oh.
All right,
wow.
let's roll it. And Boko. God will make room.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Mm-hmm. And then I began to get relationships with the cast. Mm-hmm. And when they said, Chantel, it's a wrap. Miley, I think the lead, she said, oh, God, we got to do a group picture with Miss Receptionist. And she pulled out her phone. I said, no, ma'am, use mine.
Oh, wow.
And that one picture, it says something. When the director says, do you?
Yeah.
One thing, because I'm holding back because I'm listening to her direction and what she wants and what she sees. However, when I relax and she said, do you? You got to think, Tyler Perry is do you.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to come up out of his mouth. What was that? Class reunion? One of them, Madea goes, said, look, I get confused. Well, he slapped the Hell out of me on the video. That was real, was not planned.
What?
And Tyler got big hands.
No, he got NBA hands. He got domestic violence hands.
I like that. He got domestic violence. And if you watch that scene when he hits me, I got ooh, and then I went right back into character. It says something about your leader.
Yeah.
Everybody could not have taken that.
Yeah.
He knows that I'm true to the cause.
Yeah.
I'm true to my acting. Like, he never broke me.
Yeah.
Only time he broke me is when he went to Cora and said, Cora, Mr. Brown, your daddy. I just went down. I just went to the floor because that was funny. Oh my God. How was Mr. Brown her daddy? Oh my God. But just those moments. And with Tyler, you just never, I never forget one time he just decided to race me around the whole set. I said, sir, you know I can barely walk in these heels. You need to stop. Mm-hmm. You need to stop.
That sounds fun.
You never knew what was going to happen around him.
Yeah.
But I have 2 different perspectives.
Okay.
When I'm with Tyler, I know I have the freedom, and I have, if I change something or if I don't say the words correct, long as I get you your moment and your beat that you're looking for, you're happy. But when you get on other standpoint of Stranger Things, they have directors who have studied, and this is what they want, and this is how they want it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the freedom until she said, do Chantel.
Got it.
I'm ready. My makeup, I was like, my makeup good. Y'all good? All right, let's roll.
Because when I ask you what comes in your mind when you get that audition. You told me your first step, but what came through your mind was all over your face.
Okay, so what did you read all over my face?
Your face said, not another one. Not another stinking expletive audition, and I'm tired, and I don't want to do this, and I don't feel like sitting in my room. That's what your face said. But you told me your first step was, I break down the script, I do this, and that's correct.
Okay.
But what's your first thought when you see that?
It's another audition. It's a possible disappointment because we look at the rate of auditions and booking.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it because I'm older now and it's like I've played this game and how do I get to that next place? Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to understand when you look at your social media and people look at my video, I may have 100 here. I mean, I'm still fighting to get, on YouTube, subscribers.
Yeah.
If you don't have so many subscribers, then you don't. Because my thing is, if I had the subscribers, then I could monetize and get paid. I can create content.
Yeah.
But that kind of hurts me a little bit. I think I have about 299 subscribers. So
yeah, how do you get momentum?
That's how you get, because there was what's her name, Latrice Pace.
Okay.
The Pace sisters.
Yeah.
I was watching because she did a awesome job. Her mother had got sick and was they were saying going to pass away. Latrice and her family helped nurture their mother back for about 2 more years, I think. And she did the journey on YouTube. And I called her, I said, Latrice, are you monetized? She said, what is that?
Yeah.
I said, you have over 1,000 subscribers. I said, you can get paid.
Yeah.
So I took her through the steps, and she was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
She doing her thing. Because she getting a check.
Okay.
And that's what I think, I think that's what I want.
Okay. No, you say it as if you're not sure. So, is that what you want? What do you want?
I want to be able to take care of myself.
Okay.
I would like acting to pay me for me to be, because you think about it. This is my mindset.
Yeah.
I get the subscribers.
Yeah.
Then I start developing content.
Yeah.
Then I start getting income.
Yeah.
There is nothing I have not tried. I wrote a book.
Yeah.
I wrote a play. I took the play on tour, I can't even get the words out.
No. I get it. But why do you feel that it hasn't happened the way you want it? Because I know I've done the same thing, and I got my own reasons. I don't know. Some things I feel like I know why, but other reasons I have no clue. And that's just being honest. Why do you feel, after all the books and plays and why is it not happened for you in your mind?
Mm-hmm. And that's the big question. But one thing, I won't stop.
Which is good.
I'm not going to stop, and now every opportunity, which I had spoken with my agent, and I just told him, I said, you know what, when I get an audition, I will put it in my phone.
Okay.
And put deadlines. So if it's due on Friday and today is Wednesday, then do your best to go ahead and get everything Wednesday or Thursday morning. So if I can look at a script and get it done by that Wednesday, then it's check and it's gone.
Okay. All right.
I did it, but what is next? Oh, let me tell you, one time I did an extra job with Shaq. They had a teleprompter.
Uh-huh.
Shaq ain't learning no lines.
No.
Shaq is using a teleprompter to say what he has to say. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, I'm a glorified extra. I'm sitting over here and I'm going like, is that what he does? Not only that, the one time Durant, he went to, I was an extra in there.
Yeah.
I was in the crowd. All he did was bounce the ball, shoot, bounce the ball, shoot, look at the camera, and he's out the door.
He's out the door. Great job, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, you know, don't forget, the producers and everything, I get a picture with them. You know, Mr. Durant, come over here, let's take a picture. Ain't nobody ever asked me for no damn
That's
picture.
hilarious.
I was like, okay.
That's funny.
It's real.
It is real.
And people coming in, oh, God, it's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard for me to explain to you the journey, one thing, because I have a foundation.
Yes.
I have a team.
Yeah.
I have a mama.
Yeah.
And mama just, my mother has always said, you will never be a struggling actor. That's one thing you will not be. So my thing is you need to make sure you have something to do just in between what's going on. And when you do get that check, pay your stuff off. And which is right. I never forget, I did a commercial. What, Verizon? I think my agent, I could just called my agent. I said, I need something to do. She said, well, I have this commercial, but you don't fit. I said, they don't know what the hell they want. Go on and send me. Go
Yeah.
on. And she said, I said, just send me.
Yeah.
And I went and booked it.
That's funny.
A national commercial, yeah, that's about $10,000 to $15,000.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you get money every time it airs.
Yeah.
That was, please, national commercial, please come forth in the
Yes,
name of
that's-
Jesus.
That's people don't understand. That's the holy grail.
What?
You can be on TV, and everyone's gonna see you, and your mama's gonna be happy, and everyone's gonna talk about it
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But that's gonna pay you for that one day.
Okay, one day.
One day, and like you mentioned earlier, that's what 800 or whatever for one day. So all year you got on this show, everyone likes you. You got 800 for that
Day.
day. You can be on a commercial. They play it over and over and over again. You probably work for a couple hours.
Yep.
You don't do nothing but eat all day.
That's it. What was the Wendy's commercial? Where's the beef?
Yeah,
That late every time.
exactly.
Because I'd be like, oops, she getting another check.
Yeah,
Oops, she getting another check.
Yeah.
I did a lottery,
yeah.
Detroit lottery,
Okay.
driving a bus. Do you know one of them big bus? You know, men are totally different than women. How you? Because I sit there and tell you, oh, I used to drive a bus,
Yeah.
and and you know they let me drive the bus downtown Atlanta.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, that thing is funny. Oh Jesus. Oh, producers, I'm sorry if you're just finding out. I used to drive a school bus. I ain't driving no big
Huge bus.
I was working it though. They were happy. That's why one thing, something about men, they were like, let's just see what happens. I was gone.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, but that commercial was in Detroit,
Uh-huh.
and the way the contract was set up, after a year, they still wanted to use
Okay.
pieces of it. That's where you have an agent who goes in, renegotiates,
Mm-hmm.
get you more money than you did before because they're using it again.
Yeah.
And you have to find people like my uncle in Detroit. I seen you on TV today,
That's
Chantel. You was driving the bus. Look, that's my niece right there. That's my niece. Cause you it just okay. And what was it? I did a Home Depot ad. Did you know put in the newspaper? You know those flyers.
Yeah.
And my uncle called me. Chantel, you was in the Home Depot flyer. Shut up. This is my niece. I'm going to hang this on the wall. Let
That's
everybody
funny.
know this is you. But I still ain't got a copy,
Yeah.
which we talked about.
talked about it.
I still don't. I don't even know what it looked like.
It is really, really, really hard to get a copy of your work as an actor. And some of the best stuff you'll ever do, you're not even legally allowed to show it.
And you cross your fingers at YouTube. Somebody on YouTube picked it up because
Yeah.
I did something. I did a show when I was in Los Angeles, and it was on the Oprah show. Oh Lord Jesus!
Oh wow.
Now people calling me, Chantel, You on Oprah today? I said, oh, Lord Jesus.
Wow.
I'm right here in Atlanta. What did I do?
Yeah.
Did I embarrass my mama? Let me know, because I need to let her
That's
know.
funny. You don't even know.
No.
People calling you saying, I saw you on TV. And you're like, for what?
For what?
And they're like, that thing you did. You're like, I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
don't.
I'm happy, but please let me know what I did.
What it was, and can you tape it so I can see it?
That is hilarious.
It's so that, and you know, somebody call you and tell you on Oprah? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going on, this thing I did in Los Angeles is sitting on national TV on Oprah. Why them knick-knack paddywhacks to give a dog bone then call me?
Yeah.
Why'd you take away the opportunity for me to just to be in the audience?
Yeah. It's so crazy.
It is girls behaving badly. That's what it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I went to go pick up a wedding cake.
You were on that show?
Yes. Did girls behaving badly in L.A., and that's the episode, the piece that they put on the Oprah show.
Yeah.
And that thing was funny to me. I swear, that woman, when she dropped that cake, I said, you just need to take your behind back there and get another one.
Wow.
Well, we can't make it anymore. I just was like, look, girl, don't make me have to go South Central on you. I need you. And it was just real authentic, because in Los Angeles, the cake maker delivers the cake for the wedding. Am I right?
Yeah.
But this is L.A. But lo and behold, and she dropped it, but it worked out.
Wow.
Yes. I ended up on Oprah. Whoop, whoop, sure did.
That is hilarious.
You can't. Who else can say that? I need to put that on my resume. I was with Tyler Perry in the of the beginning.
Yeah.
Very beginning. I watched him develop from having he used to have a sheet, airbrushed, as it said. He had a little couple of pieces, but it wasn't like what we have now.
Yeah.
I was there when Fox offered him a show, and he said they won't let me say Jesus, and so that don't work for me. I said, just call him Jesus. Come on.
Yeah.
This Fox. He
Yeah,
said, I can't have nobody hindering me and worship my God. But you see how God has blessed him.
Yeah.
Super said, I used to sneak into the studio, his first studio, and I used to sneak in.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to tell nobody where I used to go, but it's not, I got in the building.
Yeah.
And it would have a seat. And I never forget one time he said, Chantel! And I said, what?
Yeah.
Are you sneaking in the building? Well, you don't make it. I can't just walk through the front door.
Yeah.
He said, why are you here? I said, I'm here learning.
Yeah.
You got to understand, I'm watching what you're doing. I've seen you go from this point, and this is something that I want as well. And I never forget, he said, okay, Ozzy, can she call you when she going to come in? I said, thank you.
Yeah.
And Ozzy, don't ever tell me no. Tell him that. Tell him
That's
to never
funny.
tell me no. So, I'm no Cicely Tyson. I'm no Diane Carroll. I'm no Meryl Streep. Yet. No, but the other thing also, Alex, with me being, you have to be trained and be ready to get on the stage with no time.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to adjust with people, no rehearsing, no nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Tyler, the 3 times that it came out and didn't happen, but the 4th time, I showed up, sitting in the audience, then seen the play, then look at the play, nothing. Tyler has one of, I think it was Greg, come out to me and say, Tyler, want to see you. I said, what, the show about ready to start? What's going on? I said, he just too much. I said, okay. So I walked back there, and he was laughing. He said, guess what? I said, what? He said, you know the girl you replacing? I said, yeah. He said, she just quit. We're at Morgan State, packed. And I said, okay, so what's up?
Yeah.
He said, I need you to go up. See, those are the action inside, but
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, so what's up? We need to go to wardrobe. Let's get this
Yeah.
started. I just need the outline. Give me the basics about coming in, coming out, and tell the cast you've got to be open for what happens, but we don't miss a beat. I don't play with beats. Let's make sure every beat is on point and make it happen. I remember Chris Locklear, the stage manager, he was like, what the hell are we doing? Are you serious? Oh. And he did that, and I always go back to my mama. Mama, I need to call every praying person you got. Get on your knees. I'm going on this stage. Ain't never seen the play. Ain't looked at the script. But we up in
Wow.
5 minutes.
Wow. And you pulled it off?
It wasn't them of Jesus. It was so funny because Tyler was hiding within the set. He would hide behind the bar and start giving lines and say, okay, talk about this and this. And I was just like, I said, Tyler, I got it. We're going to make it. I said, we're going to make it to the end. These people have paid for a show. They will get a show.
Yeah.
The point is she's a nasty SOB, and I will be just nasty and make sure I carry on what needs to be.
Yeah. And it worked.
It worked like a... I ain't going to say work like a gym because it scared me to...
Yeah. I think people don't realize that level of dedication that goes into making anything work.
You better speak.
People see the product,
Got
but
it.
they don't know Tyler Perry is hiding in the set.
Don't know.
They see this mean SOB lady is this so entertaining. Don't know you haven't even seen the script.
Hadn't even seen the play.
Haven't even seen the play.
Expectation is for you to be perfect and to be on point.
Yeah.
And the reality is, you've got to have a foundation in acting. It is a skill. And that's how you get through the reality, because you understand, okay, I enter stage right. I exit stage left. I need to go down. I need to approach. What is the intention in reference to this actor? That day I went on stage, I used the things I learned in improv. Improv is like you given a situation and you need to perform it. And that's the way I was with the stage manager and with Tyler. I said, tell me my A and my Z and give me my in between. And we're going to find out what happens. Okay? So you've got to, I thank God for my training. You've got to get training to have a solid foundation to deal with the reality, to be in
Yeah.
the reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying you're going to get thrown some situations that are not going to fit nice and neatly with your plans.
No.
And you either shine right then or you sink.
And that's what I was saying in reference to Tyler Perry. Because when I went in and did that, I think it was called Hello Ella. Ella, do you know the script changed? I have time to eat and get finished sewing me in my dress before we shoot. And they changed the last 4 pages.
Wow.
I have 30 minutes, and I've got to eat to prepare and get memorized. You get me? Because he just changed the script last minute. We changed it. So I got to memorize all this, eat, and get sewn into a dress, and I am losing it.
Wow.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But I appreciate Roger Bob.
Okay.
Oh, God. He took the moment. What he did is he recited the lines. He said, say it again, Chantel, say it. Okay, you ready? Your moment is when this comes in. All right, let's do it. And one thing he said, I got you. Shonda. He said, I got you. When somebody tells me they got me, then I'm going to whoop. I'm going to jump. And that, to be honest, that's the thing with Tyler. He always got you. He'd be off the rockets every now and then. You know, I had to get used to Medea behind stage with her legs wide open and got this. I said, really? Be a lady. Close your
Yeah,
legs.
yeah.
He was like, I'm a man. I said, well, okay.
At the very least, it's confusing.
Oh, God.
That's funny.
Those were the days. Yes. Well, as an actor, I do ask why.
Mm-hmm.
When is it going to happen?
Yeah.
When am I going to be top billing? When am I going to have a role that because honestly, you haven't seen the best of me.
Mm.
I also think in reference to, I don't, even with Tyler, I didn't give, I feel like there was something missing because I always had the fear that he would fire me
Interesting.
again.
Okay. Again, explain again. Because I don't even know about again.
Oh, okay then. Well, okay. There's this place called the Arts Exchange. Do you know it in Atlanta?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So it is a big rundown building.
Uh-huh.
It's just rat infested, roach infested. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I used to go visit my boyfriend there, but I would sit in the new part, air conditioned part, and he came to me and said, Shante, they're auditioning down there in the theater, and you should go down there. I said, you may audition for a Chitlin Circuit play?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the Alliance. Do you not understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he said, it was either him or my other girlfriend said, well, go down there and work on your skills.
Okay.
I said, shut up. That's a good one. I would go work on my skills, because you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you can't book a Chitlin Circuit play, then what the hell you learning?
Yeah.
I went down there. It was Tyler. It was one other young lady. I think I sung Soon I Will Be Done with the Troubles of This World. And then I did the role, and he called me back, and I got the lead,
Okay.
Ella, for his very
Wow.
first play, I Know I've Been Chained. So we went through rehearsal. We did everything, and the show was great. Then afterwards, I had to come back and get my check. And Tyler says, what you think about the play? I said, sir, can I have my check? He said, so what did you think about the play? Sir, give me my check, please. Just, you really don't want me to go there.
Yeah.
And I just told him, we just had some words.
Yeah.
No, it was just me. I was talking about, I said, you have a sheet as a
backdrop.
backdrop. I could strike a match, and the show was over.
Yeah.
I said, like, understanding, it's like I just asked him, do you really understand the structure of a play?
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, and end, climax, lights. This show is lights up, and then the show lights down. No specials, no nothing, you know.
Yeah.
So I just I spoke a whole lot. Then I
But you
said,
spoke the truth.
I did. And honestly, I think he got it. I'm not taking credit for that.
Yeah.
But I know he said he went to the Lions Theater and he saw that that's the place to mimic behind.
Yeah.
And so after me and Tyler's conversation, I said, can I have a check, please?
Yeah.
He gave me my check, and he sent me a letter and said my services were no longer needed.
After the first play.
Yep.
Okay.
I was hurt. I wish I could find that letter.
Yeah.
I wish I would have kept the letter. I didn't do anything. But then he went on a 7-city tour.
Hmm.
And I was sitting there going like, damn.
Yeah.
But he called me, I think, 2 years later.
Okay.
He said, Chantel. I said, hey. He said, I need you to come on down here for this. I'm working on this play with Lisa Wu Sweat
Okay.
and Todd Bridges.
Yeah.
That was a young, So I went in. No, when he called, I said, yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything else, sir? Yes, sir. I'll be right there. I'm on my way. So I got there, and we said hello and stuff. He said, you want a few minutes? I said, sir, give me the script and tell me where to stand. Let's roll.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a point that I was grateful that he called me back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, you know what? I never apologized. So if Tyler Perry, if you're watching this or it gets, I want to apologize for the words and the way I acted when you, with your first play, I know I've been changed. I'm sorry, that was rude and out of order. So I ask for your forgiveness, but I'm thankful you saw in my heart. Yeah, because I did 17 years. Thank you.
Have you ever felt that you could be free on camera or on stage without repercussion? Ever?
What was it? Stranger Things, when she said, "Do you?"
First time this happened?
Yeah.
So in your 30 years of acting,
Damn.
you've only felt one time.
Twice.
Twice.
Love Simon. Yeah.
Okay, twice. That you could be you in all your training and experience and personality. 2 times. You felt free to make the choices without being fired.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why? Because you can get fired. I must say, I didn't realize this was a therapist session.
Hey, look.
Until you say I'm free, then I'm going to be working towards what it is that you desire. Example, Queen Sugar. Oh my God. Queen Sugar. I got in Queen Sugar, but it's filmed in New Orleans. So my agent had already informed me that you're going to take care of your travel. I don't care. Just get me on.
Yeah.
So when I was on set with Ralph Angel, and something happened because Ralph Angel gave me energy of the same energy you saw, and I gave it right back to him. And the director said, "I need you to pull up." And long story short, they cut my scene out. Cut my scene out with Ralph Angel. That was a big moment for me. That was like, I experienced it, but you never saw it.
Oh, man.
But please understand this.
Yeah.
I still got paid.
Yeah.
I still getting residuals.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I am IMBD. I am listed. But what happens when your scene gets cut out of the whole episode? Done. I even questioned God. I said, "Really? Is this it? This ain't really?" Yeah, that one hurt. But I will tell you this. I got airbrush in Ralph Angel's, we the same color. So she, woo, Kofi, woo, I said, "Girl, blow me again." Yes. Blow me again. I did not know how to act. When he was sitting next to me, I said, "My God,